Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your April 2021 general readings. We are looking at the first 2 weeks of April from the 1st to the 15th, and this reading is for the fire sign of Leo, our lovely lions. Welcome everyone. Hope you're all safe and well wherever you're at, reasonably sane as we walk through another little bit better year. Thanks for taking the time to tune into this channel. For all that you do in support of this channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps. Like and share if you're so inclined. Thanks for all your support, donations, feedback, and comments. Greatly appreciated, and many blessings back to you. So this reading is for the fire sign of Leo for the first 2 weeks of April 2021. That's if your sun sign, moon sign, Venus sign, rising sign is in Venus. It's also relevant if you are cross-watching for a Leo. Of course, being general reading, it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone watching, especially in the specific details of your life. But the energy fundamentally remains the same. So watch all of your signs if you know them for additional insight and perspective. And if you find that any of the readings do resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, maybe take a deeper look at something, you can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings, and I do readings full-time. It's all that I do, so I'm pretty diligent at working with my schedule and your schedule to get those personal readings set up in as timely a fashion as possible. So email me if you're interested. I'd be delighted to hear from you. You can also get that contact information by clicking on the little arrow, the little description link below. So do that if you'd like to. I'd be most happy to work with you. Okay, Leo, let's see what the first 2 weeks of April has in store for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with Legacy of the Divine Tarot. No, I'm clarifying with the Gilded Tarot Royale. I have so many decks out here. All right, Leo. First 2 weeks of April for Leo. Okay, Leo, we begin with the Two of Cups, the traditional soulmate, kindred spirit, best friend card with the Devil. Toxic negative cycles within a karmic relationship. Might be romance or just like best friends or some combination of both. We have the Seven of Wands, defensive energy. Somebody standing their ground, refusing to give in, defending something they feel maybe strongly about. The Eight of Wands, communication, movement, travel, fast motion. Getting the sense of somebody going in and out and in and out and in and out. Maybe that's the nature of the negative toxic cycle here. We have the Two of Coins, being at a crossroads, juggling a couple things, trying to make up your mind about what to do, what choice to make. You know, it's interesting here in the Tarot of Dreams on the Two of Coins. In other decks, it looks like they're kind of juggling it and trying to figure out which one to hold on to. Here, it almost looks like he's taken both of his options and thrown them just up into the air, just to see which one lands back with them. Followed by the Wheel of Fortune, divine timing and orchestration, forces outside of our control. You know, it's interesting, Leo. It feels like for some of you, I'm getting the distinct message that God, Spirit, angels, and guides are bringing something in which you can't yet see, which is actually either going to make the choice easy for you or make the choice abundantly clear for you. That's for some of you. Because it feels like divine timing orchestration has an active couple of fingers on this. Okay, from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the first 2 weeks of April is the Five of Coins. Insufficiency and lack. Could be financial and material. But in relationships on an emotional level, the Five of Coins represents feeling shut out, feeling abandoned, rejected, not good enough, in need, needing and not getting. Okay. So there's obviously a relationship central here with the Two of Cups. Now, because this is a general reading, the nature of that relationship is going to vary, but there's some kind of karmic connection here, meaning that there's, experiences and lessons and energies that connect the two of you karmically, which is why you're together. Doesn't necessarily mean you'll stay together for the rest of your life, although the energy and the lessons and the experiences will. Or it could mean, sometimes the Two of Cups mean people that separate for even sometimes long periods of time, but their paths are always destined to cross again. So, but there is this karmic connection there with the Two of Cups. But with that Two of Cups is the Devil card. So the Devil represents negative, toxic cycles that have been going on for a while that are difficult to break out of or difficult to break free from, because even though they're not healthy, because the Devil represents addictions or imbalance, meaning that there's too much energy and obsession in one area, so other areas, people, places, situations suffer. But there's also something kind of alluring that keeps you there, or fear of leaving, so that keeps you kind of in this cycle. So there's obviously a relationship here that has this negative cycle that keeps eventually going around and around again. And it looks like the first 2 weeks of April, this cycle or this energy comes up again. We have the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So somebody's being defensive here. Might be you, might be the other person, will clarify. This is somebody who's defending something that is important to them, or that they've been in for quite some time. And what clarifies that is the Eight of Wands. This is often a card about forward movement, communication, travel. It's the Eight of Wands, so it's fire, it's moving forward, it's very quickly, it's going. And I got the sense when I laid these cards down, Leo, that one of the people in this relationship is going and coming and going and coming and going and coming and going. And it's right next to, that Eight of Wands is right next to the Devil. So for some of you, it's the fundamental basis of whatever this toxic energy is for some of you, somebody coming and going and coming and going in the relationship. And maybe not necessarily in the sense of being unfaithful. I'm not really getting a cheating energy, although I suppose it could be that. But like, they're just in and out. They're not somebody who's there when you need them. Because the overall energy is somebody feeling shut out, somebody feeling like they don't have what they need, they're not being given what they need. And somebody else, it looks like, yeah, but I need to do this. This is what I need to do, and you knew this when you met me, or something of that sort. And they're kind of defending that, going back and forth and doing whatever it is that's difficult for you within the relationship and making you feel left out. But it's like they're not wanting to take a look at it, really. And the interesting thing that I'm seeing here too, sometimes the Seven of Wands, what this person is defending is an ideology or a perspective or a way of living, a choice. And but I feel here like it's stubborn energy, because they're actually only defending against the person that's questioning it, or saying, look, I'd like you to re-examine this and take a look at how this is affecting me and affecting our relationship. Maybe there's some kind of compromise or negotiation. But this person isn't even looking at what they're defending. They're just automatically assuming that somebody's trying to take something away from them, so they're in defensive mode here, because that's what I'm getting. And then we have the Two of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune. So needing to make a choice. And the thing is I feel like, the Wheel of Fortune is divine timing and orchestration. We spin the wheel, we have no control where it lands, right? And there's a choice that needs to be made here. And I feel like a lot of you are, maybe around mid-April, you're just kind of going, okay, I'm not quite sure what to do, but I'm going to give it to God. I'm going to give it to God, Spirit, angels, and guides. I'm going to give it to Spirit. This is very difficult for me to break out of, even though it's been ongoing. I feel like something needs to be done. A decision needs to be made. I'm not quite sure which decision to make. So God, Spirit, angels, guides, whatever your spiritual preference path is, it's kind of like, okay, here, help me. Either allow something to come in and happen where the choice is kind of made for me, or something that makes the decision clear for me. That's kind of what I'm getting. And I don't feel like it's in kind of an abdication of your own personal responsibility in making the decision. I feel genuinely like like you don't know what to do or how to do it. And that's what you're offering up to Spirit. I need some help here. So So let's clarify a little bit. Let's clarify the Five of Coins. Somebody feeling on the outside, shut out in the cold. It feels like somebody is involved with somebody who is selfish and not wanting to take a look at and acknowledge the fact that in a relationship, you're supposed to consider, you know, the needs and wants of the other person as well. That's part of what relating to another person and being in a relationship means. And they're refusing to kind of look at that or take ownership of that because it makes them feel threatened. Like, if I do that, this will take away from me or take away from my freedom or independence or who I am. But then if you're so attached to that, they should be in a relationship, right? Well, let's clarify that Five of Coins. The Three of Cups, parties, socializing, being out with your friends, kindred spirits. The Nine of Cups, also a card that has a strong social energy. And then the Hermit, somebody who's walking their own path, gaining insight and clarity. Yeah, it feels like, you know, there's a relationship here, and one person has this cyclical tendency to go in and out as the wind takes them, or, you know, whenever something comes up that they're interested in, or an invitation or something, and they're just off and running without either including you or making you a relevant part of the decision-making process. It's like you're their person and important only unless or until something else comes in, and then they're off to that thing. But then they always come back, but then it's like this cycle. And you end up, or like, you know, it's like being on a starvation diet. It's just enough to keep you going, but it's not enough to feel nurtured or loved or thriving or healthy in this relationship. Let's clarify the Devil. What is the nature of this toxic cycle or imbalance? The Knight of Wands, the fastest, most spontaneous and impulsive of all the knights. In and out, and in and out, and in and out. The Ten of Wands. Yeah, somebody's tired of this. It needs to end, needs to stop. It's probably you, Leo, for most of you. But for some of you, it could be the other way around. Somebody's tired of this, really. Let's clarify the Seven of Wands. Defensive energy. I feel like this is like the selfish or self-oriented person. And I don't mean to say that like this person is Hitler or anything, but they're so afraid of being seen as something or feeling like, you know, somehow, excuse me, if they make themselves vulnerable or invest themselves more into the feelings of their partner, something that somehow it makes them weak or takes away from them, and they're not even willing to look at that somehow. The Emperor. On a bad day, the Emperor can be very stubborn, very controlling, very domineering, unwilling to look at anybody else or hear anybody else's side of things. Somebody who says, this is the way it is, I control the empire, this is my thing. So it could be that in terms of the personality of this person with this, in this relationship or in relationship issues. You know, somebody who's got that paternal, stern father figure, sort of, it's my way or the highway, and I'm not going to look, this is the way I've always done things, so that means this is the right way. Excuse me. It's also attached to the sign of Aries, so some of you might be involved with an Aries individual, sun, moon, or rising, or another fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Clarify the Eight of Wands. Activity, motion, travel. For some of you too, this could also be that whenever this issue comes up, that's when they take off again, you know. And I feel like for some of you, this person is calculated in doing this. It's like they want to teach you a lesson or train you by doing this, so that when this particular issue or argument comes up, they say, no, I'm going to do it because this is what I do. And then they leave and then come back. And then it's okay until the cycle, until it comes up again. I think that some of them, for some Leos, their partners calculate in doing that, and that they want to teach you that, this is just what you need to accept. And of course, the only way to teach a person like that a lesson in return is to one of these times not be there when they come back, right? Clarify the Eight of Wands. I mean, the level and intensity of this is going to vary in a general reading, of course, with the other person. The Four of Pentacles, yeah, somebody who holds on very tightly to what they have. They're not wanting to open up and share or be, open because they're afraid that it's going to cost them somehow. It may have been that they were in a previous relationship or marriage or history where, it took a lot out of them and they feel like they compromised themselves, and so they went clear to the other end of the spectrum. The Sun, light, love, warmth, laughter. Yeah, this, somebody who just wants to, when things get difficult or when something comes up, they just want to go. They just want to go and have it be free and easy and happy or something like that. Let's clarify the Two of Coins. The Lovers, a relationship at a crossroads. A relationship at a crossroads, and a decision needs to be made where this relationship is going. The Devil, again. So this is a pretty strong negative cycle. Death after that. 3 major arcana cards. Endings or complete and utter transformations. And then the Wheel of Fortune under that. I think that for many Leos who are watching this, maybe not all, you can't really say all, it's a general reading. I think that in order for this relationship to be anything different in terms of being really healthy, that there needs to be a complete breaking of this Devil card energy, a complete and utter transformation. Otherwise, I think that there will come a time when this relationship will just end. Because I don't think that there is a mild compromise here. Whatever this cycle is, it's strong, and it needs to be completely broken in order for this relationship to move forward in any way, shape, or form, which leaves the person wanting the change 2 choices. They can either stay in it and hope that it changes somehow, and that way it kind of lies madness, right? Or at some point they'll have to make the decision to leave. If this transformation doesn't happen. And sometimes leaving is what makes the transformation happen in the other person, and that's how it works out. Not often, but sometimes. Let's clarify this Wheel of Fortune, because I feel like there's something else Spirit is bringing into this that's going to make that path or create that path clearly. But let's see if we can clarify it. I mean, it is the Wheel of Fortune. Cards like the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower don't, in my experience, you can only clarify them so far because they're meant to be somewhat out of our knowledge. But let's see. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. Divine timing and orchestration. Timing people, places, situations out of our control in Spirit's. I'm going to grab a different deck and try clarifying this a different way. Let's try. I'm using, so that was the Gilded Tarot Royale, and I'm using Legacy of the Divine Tarot now. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune and the Wheel of Fortune. I don't think in 35, 40 years I've ever seen this happen. Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. I don't think I've ever seen that happen in all the decades I've been doing this. Yeah, so, okay, I'm not going to try and clarify that. I don't even know what to do from here. I'm not even going to try and clarify that anymore. And you know, I had this feeling in the beginning, Leo, that in terms of making a decision or being at a crossroads within this relationship, that I feel like Spirit is bringing something in or allowing something to happen that's either going to make the decision for you, like a Tower card sort of thing, or is going to make the decision so clear to you that you really have no other choice than to take it. And it might be, and you know, it might be something that Spirit shows the other person, like the proverbial Apostle Paul getting, you know, blind by 3 days from God, sort of. Anybody who knows like the Old Testament or the New Testament stuff, you know, it might be something that they're allowing to have happen with the other person to wake them up. Because there is a strong karmic connection between the two of you. Again, it doesn't mean that you're going to be together for the rest of your lives, but we have the Two of Cups and the Lovers, right? And the Wheel of Fortune 3 times. So, yeah, I think more is definitely to be revealed here. It doesn't feel like any action or decision is required of you during this period of time, which is a short period of time. We're only looking at 2 weeks, right? But let's pull some advice and guidance just to be on the safe side. Feeling hoarse today. One popped out, the Four of Swords. Taking a temporary time out, a temporary step back, which implies that there's still more to come, but right now this is about taking a step back, resting, recuperating. Give me another one, please. Two came out. The Hanging Man, not taking action right now because things are still playing out. You're gaining information, but not enough to take action yet. Okay, so again, no specific action just quite yet because things are still in play. And the next card was the King of Wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Could be you, and it could be that you're involved with another fire sign too here. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, something of that sort. Because there is this, the Aries is also attached to the Emperor. Yeah. So waiting and watching, learning, and seeing things play out. Okay. Not the clearest of reading and outcome, but again, we're only looking at a short period of time. So, okay, Leo, that is your reading for the first half of April. I hope that it was helpful or validating or at least gave you some food for thought. Again, if this reading resonated with you, if any of the readings resonate with you and you would like to reach out for a personal reading or information about that, maybe take a deeper look at something, you can click on the little arrow, the little description link below to see contact details. My email address, which you'll see there, is maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. Feel free to email me directly. I would be delighted to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the April mid-month readings. Until then, stay safe and well. Be blessed, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.